Welcome to Trump Breaking News Network, your daily source for up-to-date news on the political scene of Donald Trump, his presidency, American politics and conspiracies. Please subscribe to receive notice of our daily updates. Also share with your friends and your social media. We encourage you to like our videos and give your comments.
This is TBNN.
Mike Pence promises American support for Iranian protesters. We will not let them down. Vice President Mike Pence on Monday promised full U.S. support for Iranian protesters, vowing we must not and we will not let them down. As long as that real Donald Trump is POTUS and I am VP, the United States of America will not repeat the shameful mistake of our past when others stood by and ignored the heroic resistance of the Iranian people as they fought against their brutal regime, Pence said in a Twitter post. The bold and growing resistance of the Iranian people today gives hope and faith to all who struggle for freedom and against tyranny. We must not and we will not let them down. Iranians have taken to the streets in nationwide protests over the past 5 days to express frustration over corruption, economic problems in Iran, high prices and unemployment among the youth.
This has been the Trump Breaking News Network. Please subscribe and share to stay up to date on the latest news about our president. Be informed.